Hello, my name is Jessie Bidding. This is my information for 10th literature. In my third period class, I am lucky enough to have a co-teacher. Her name is Karen Hart. So if your student is in our third period class, they get two teachers for the price of one. And we are really excited to work with all of our students. And in fifth period, it is just me. A little bit about me. It is my fourth year at Cambridge. I have taught 10th Lit every single year since I've been here. It's one of my favorite courses to teach, so I'm really looking forward to working with your student. I'm also the girls varsity soccer head coach. I went to the University of Alabama. I got a bachelor's in arts and communications, and I'm currently wrapping up my master's in education this semester with a specialty in gifted and creative education from the University of Georgia. For class expectations, it is critical that your student attends every single class session that they are available to do so. And within that class that they are actively participating and paying attention. I know it can be difficult with the screens. However, we try to limit the amount of time we are on so that students can just get the imperative information and really take away what we need them to know. The other expectation is that students are reading individually. We simply, unfortunately, do not have a ton of time to read as a group. We will try as much as possible to read with students. However, there will also be the expectation that students read individually and that they're taking notes and annotating for active reading. In these on-level classes, I will always provide guided reading notes so that students can kind of check themselves for understanding as they read and go. My third expectation is that students communicate first. I always love to hear from students before I hear from parents, just because that usually communicates their need and allows them to do a little bit of self-advocacy. And usually we're able to figure it out together. My last expectation is that when students opt for recovery, so when they want a higher grade on one of the assignments from this semester, that they reach out to me, receive that recovery assignment, and then they handle that pretty quickly, just so the work doesn't add up later and they're not left at the end of the semester with a ton of assignments to try to fulfill. For communication, again, please try to have your student reach out to me first, but you are always welcome to email me as well. My email is bidding@fultonschools.org. I always do my best to try to respond within 24 hours. I will reach out before major assignments are due via Infinite Campus. So if you have opted out of Infinite Campus emails, please make sure that you opt back in so that you receive that information from us. It's just the quickest and most efficient way for teachers to get a hold of parents via email. I also will make major announcements under the general page. So if there's an action item or something that I need students to really see, that will always be listed on the general page on Teams. And lastly, students should always regularly check their school email. They're getting a ton of pertinent information there. So although they may use their personal email, they should really try to shift to using their Fulton County email. Our course materials are always posted on Teams. However, I also use this interactive calendar that my students review every single day called Planbook. Parents can also see this link. So if at any point you want to check in on what your student is doing or where they should be, it is linked to Planbook. In addition to this, I've also created the county lesson plans that you may have seen in other classes, and these are listed under the lesson plan folder on Teams. Your student does not need any special supplies for class. I will always give students ample time to buy a book if they want a hard copy, but I'll also always provide a PDF. At this point, they are aware of what they need for this semester. Teams is set up so that we can work through channels on the left-hand side of the screen. So there are 5 major channels. General includes the major announcements and important action items. Assignments is where all graded assignments are linked and where students can turn them in. Class meetings is where we will meet every single day, in addition to students getting the invite in the morning. And lastly, Community Q&A is an interactive platform where students can respond to questions I've posed. they can ask questions about specific assignments. They can communicate with each other, and I can communicate with them. So it's just another good opportunity for students to receive some help or questions or communicate with one another. That is it for me. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to a great year.